everyone, thanks for joining me today for another video. I am doing an embossing paste thanks card from a Winnie and Walter cut file. I've used this stamp before that actually is the same font and I absolutely love it. And I wanted to play around with the cut file a little bit just to see what it looked like with some embossing paste. My original thought was to do a stencil with it, but my acetate was too thick and my silhouette wouldn't cut through it. So I'm just using some cardstock here, and I put some temporary adhesive on the back, and I'm going to be using some Wendy Vecchi embossing paste. I just got this, so I'm really excited to play with it. And then I'm going to be using 4 ink pads. I have Dollhouse Cotton Candy by Simon Says Stamp, Green Hills and Butter Bar by Hero Arts. And I'm going to be taking my ink pad and smushing it on my nonstick craft sheet. And then using my embossing paste, I'm going to have it mix together to take on the color of the ink pad. And I saw Laura Basson do this once, and I really wanted to try it out. Here I am just determining how much I need. You don't really need a lot because a little bit goes a long way. But I'm still new at the whole embossing paste thing of how much I need. And turns out I took the perfect amount for each color, so that's good. Probably could have used a little bit more. So once my color is all mixed in, it kind of looks like frosting, and you're just going to actually spread it like you would on a cake, just gently over top of the letters or the words or the stencil or whatever you're going to be using, and you're just going to start kind of smearing it and spreading it down, not using too much pressure because you don't want the words to wiggle around and move. And you'll see that I used a little bit too much pressure at one point, and the top part of the S in the top word moves. So the next one I'm going to use cotton candy, and then I added a little bit of Dollhouse in there because it's such a light color to begin with, and I want it to be just a little bit darker. As it turns out, these two colors blended a little bit too much. I ended up pulling, as you can see, I'm pulling the top part down because I wanted to get a bit of an ombre look, but I ended up pulling too much of it down and the light pink just kind of disappeared, but that's okay. And then I'm using some Butter Bar. I love this color with the embossing paste. I'm going to be using a lot more yellow. I'm on a yellow streak these days. And just adding that in there. And I'm not going to be too worried about the colors sort of like blending in between, because I'm going to go over the whole thing at the very end and bring everything down so it kind of blends a little bit better. And then Green Hills is the last one that I added to the bottom of my card. These colors go great together. I'm really loving them, so I can't wait to try this again. I have another idea in mind. I'm not going to tell you what it is because then I can make a video of it. So once I'm done, I'm using a baby wipe to clean my spatula in between, and then I'm just going down over the whole thing, kind of dragging one color down to the next, and that is where my blending is going to happen. As you can see, my top thanks, the S, is drooping down a little bit, but it's okay. I fixed it in the end with some sequins. Then I'm going to take my tweezers and carefully remove the thanks cut files that I have there. And my idea was to take the thanks, and then I thought I could use them again on a card. Next time I'm going to cut them out in white and then do this technique over it with thicker embossing paste, and then you'll be able to save the word thanks and then put those on a card, and you'll have be able to pop them up, and you have some really nice dimensional thanks with some embossing paste. So I'm going to try that out. Use my tweezers a little bit there to fix up the S because some of the paper kind of got stuck in there, and that's the basis of our card. That's our background. It's so cool, and once it's dry, it feels so soft. It kind of reminds me of fun foam in the way. So I really recommend you to try this embossing paste. I had Dreamweavers and I like it, but you didn't get this soft of a feeling from it. So I'm gonna take some what is it called? Foam adhesive, and I'm just gonna snip a bunch of little pieces off here and then mount them to the back of my card. And then once that's done, I'm going to mount this to the front of my card base, which is the standard A2 card, which is 4.25 by 4.25 by 5.5. And once that's centered in the middle there, I'm going to grab some sequins and put the sequins all over the card, strategically placing them in a random order. So this card was super simple and easy if you wanted to mass produce it to give away for like a bridal shower or a baby shower, like you got a lot of presents, and this card was just a lot of fun to make. So here I am just grabbing my sequins off to the side here. I'm using these kind of clear pearlescent ones, and it just pulls out all the colors that I used originally with the pink and the yellow and the greens. It just, if you could see them there on the side, like there's some like green tinges. They're really, really pretty. So for that S that I messed up on, I just put a whole bunch of glossy accents on there and then placed a bunch of sequins in the middle there, and you couldn't even tell that I messed that up unless you look really, really closely. And I used some glossy accents to put all of that down. So that is my card. Super, super happy. Yay! And I wanted to zoom in here so you could really see the texture that the embossing paste puts on the card and how awesome those cut files are. So make sure you check out their blog. Thanks for watching. Remember, you can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and make sure you check out my blog as well as Manine Walters. All the links are down in the description below, and I hope to see you guys soon for another video. Bye!